Question 4 is actually a conversion question. We have 205 miles per hour, and I want to convert it into feet per second. And the SAT was kind enough to tell me the conversion from miles to feet here. There's 5280 feet in a mile. They didn't tell us how many seconds in an hour. That's something you're expected to know. You can remember 60 minutes in an hour and 60 seconds in a minute, but I think it's easier to remember 3,600 seconds per hour so that we can do it in one step. So let's go ahead and do this conversion. If you've had a chemistry class, we're going to do it exactly the way they do stoichiometry in chemistry, so then it'll feel okay to you. If you've never had chemistry, or you were like, what was that word you just said, stoichiometry? Was that even in English? Then this is going to look new to you, but give it a try. It's incredibly helpful. So we're going to start with 205 miles per hour. And we're going to have to multiply this by a conversion factor, and then a second conversion factor, and then we'll get our final answer in feet per second. So the first conversion factor, in fact, every conversion factor is a fraction that is equal to 1. So I'm not actually going to change this value because I'm just going to be multiplying it by 1. However, the numerator and denominator of the fraction are in different units. So it will be equal to the same length, but then it'll have new units. So what I want to do is start by converting miles to feet. So miles is in the numerator in my original data. I'm going to put it in the denominator in my conversion factor so that the miles can cancel each other out. And I'm going to put feet in the numerator. And now I need to make sure this conversion factor is equal to 1. So I have to make sure the numerator and denominator are equal to each other. 1 mile is 5280 feet. And so I'm just multiplying by 1, but I'm going to do it in such a way that it changes the miles will cancel. And now I have feet instead. So before I'm done, I still have to take care of hours. Right now, hours is in the denominator. I want to cancel it. So I'm going to put that in the numerator, and the new unit that I want to bring in is seconds. So let's remember that 1 hour has 3,600 seconds. It's a great number to memorize. It's just 60 times 60. And now we're ready. My answer, miles cancels with miles. Hours cancels with hours. My answer will have feet on top and seconds on bottom. That's exactly what we were looking for. We just have to do the math now. 205 times 5280 divided by 3,600. That's what our conversion factors are telling us to do. Divided by 3,600. And I'm getting 300.66667. Oh, that's my calculator's way of telling me 2/3, 302 feet per second. All right, we're almost done. Let's keep in mind, round to the nearest whole number. That means we're going to use the rounding rules. So this 6 here is higher than 5. That means I'm going to bump this up to 301 when I round it, and that's what I'm going to put in here. So it wasn't as hard as it looked. At the end, all I really put into my calculator was 205 times 5280 divided by 3,600. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, why did she bother making all this conversion factors and crossing out units? She just multiplied by 1 and divided by the other. And you're exactly right. That's all I did. The reason I wrote out all the conversion factors is if I don't, I oftentimes get confused and I divide when I'm supposed to multiply, or I multiply when I'm supposed to divide. And if that ever happens to you, like, you have to do one of those two things, either multiply by 5280 or divide by 5280, and you're not sure which of those two things you need to do, conversion factors, by writing it out and seeing how these units are going to cancel with each other. Once you master that skill, you never get it wrong again. You never multiply when you're supposed to divide, or vice versa. So the reason we use conversion factors is to increase the accuracy. But you're actually true. What all we did on the calculator was 205 times 5280 divided by 3,600.